because it is March, and this is, I guess you call it Ag Tag Month.
It is.
You know?
It is. It's Ag Tag Month. It's the busiest month of the year for all county clerks across the state of Kentucky.
Because that's when you get your farm tags, your truck tags, your, I don't know what all tags, recreational vehicle.
You get your farm tags, you get your trailer tags, you get semi tags, you get apportion tags, you get
Of what now?
well, that's if you apportion plates. You see these big semis, it'll say apportion on the vehicle.
Oh, okay.
That's when they have to come in and get their apportion certificate, and then they take that or mail it or email it to Frankfurt, and then they send them their apportion certificate. So we only issue the apportion certificate, but they pay their tax dollars to the state of Kentucky directly.
Yeah, okay. And of course, in the Ag Tag program, that's a donation to is it 4-H and FFA.
It's a wonderful donation. It goes to 4-H, FFA, and the Kentucky Proud program for the state of Kentucky. And local monies are part of that. Those funds that are donated to Monroe County Clerk's office are utilized for our local 4-H, for our children here and their programs.
I mean, it goes to the state, and then the state
That's
gives
exactly
it back
right.
to the gives it back to the county.
We send it to the state, and then they divide it up between each county, and then each county gets their portion.
Right. And of course, like you said, that goes towards 4-H and toward FFA and toward the Kentucky Proud program here in Monroe County. So.
It does.
So tell us about your retirement.
Oh, I'm so excited. I really am. I'm very excited to be retiring. I guess you'd say it's bittersweet. It is. I love the people of Monroe County I've made and met and have many, many great friends. I've strived to make our Monroe County Clerk's office a better, and it is probably one, if not the most efficient clerk's offices throughout the state. Of population our size, of course we can't compare us to Jefferson County, but we have run an excellent office. We have in the file how many 28, 29 excellent audits. This is not done by the seat of your pants. It's a serious job, very serious job.
Well, I know the times that I've been up there, of course, I use the 3 L's of life. I look, listen, and learn.
That's exactly right.
And, just a simple car title transition is almost a nightmare because there is so many papers. I mean, I've sat there and watched you. You have to fill this out, and then this other form comes up, and you got to fill that out, and then you got to fill it, and then if it's not filled out right, then you got to fill another form out to
correct that.
To correct it. So like you said, it's just it's very tedious, and you have to mentally. I know you're probably exhausted at the end of the day,
To say the least, we are. It is a very mind-consuming job. It is a very serious job. It's not something that you just can't hire anybody to work in the clerk's office. It's not hard, but it's serious. You're under pressure. You think off the cuff many times. I have never been one afraid to pick up the phone to call Frankfurt, to call one of my fellow clerks, one of our legislators, whatever I need to do to get the right answer.
Right.
To get the right answer and to serve you better.
Now, since I have you here, all those large books that's in there, I come in there and I see people that's got them open and looking at them, I know they're deeds probably, and
there's deeds, excuse me. There's deeds, there's mortgages, there is marriage licenses, there's liens, there is election books, there is miscellaneous, there is the fiscal court records. We actually file and record the minutes of the fiscal court. It's just numerous books in there.
Now, how do they find what they're looking for? I mean, do you have like a type of dictionary or not dictionary, but an encyclopedia? What do you call it when we was in the library?
Index.
Index,
Uh-huh,
yeah.
uh-huh.
Library index.
We have indexes that you can go to, and it'll refer you back to a book and a page, and you keep. That's what you call a title search. Many times you hear attorneys talk about title searches. They'll come in, they'll pull up, let's say, for example, your title to your property, which is a deed, and then they'll say, well, who owned it before Randy? And then they'll go back, and in the deed, the body of the deed, it'll say the landowner before you, and then you just continue on back until you go as far as you choose. But Monroe County courthouse records, during the Civil War, the courthouse was burned completely.
Right.
Completely. And then during Morgan's Raiders, partially, it was burned down. So some records were salvaged, some were not.
I know I saw an individual the other day that was looking back on property for him, and it was pretty interesting because he had me come over there and he said, look at this, and he was reading it to me, and saying, look who owned my property, and it actually went through and told what they did outside of Monroe County, what their occupations were and all that. I mean, it was really interesting.
It is very interesting.
A lot of history there.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're a genealogy buff, and we have a lot of those. I don't know if you all know a gentleman by the name of Dayton Birdwell.
Oh, very well.
Yeah, Dayton. Well, he is notorious and very well educated on doing
He's very versed on history.
Yes, and genealogy. He can many times quote you back to 1800s about who my family was or yours, but yeah, he's very, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. I refer a lot of people to him because, and to the library, of course. But if you have questions beyond what I can tell you, that gentleman is, and I think he will do that maybe for a fee or something, but he actually traced my genealogy back to the Revolutionary War.
Wow.
And let's see, to be able to be a member of the DAR, the Daughters of
Revolutionary.
You have to be able to prove those records either by birth records or death records or monuments. And he went back to mine to like into the 1700s.
Wow.
And I have those records. Of course, we don't have an organization here in Monroe County. The closest one would be in Barron County, but it's very interesting.
Does anybody ever come up there and look for Abraham Lincoln or anything like that in the books, as far as their genealogy?
Several years back, there was some controversy about where he was actually born, and we have some people that say they know for a fact that he was born here in Monroe County, Kentucky, and then you have some that want to dispute that, but and some of those people are actually gone now that claim they knew.
Well, I mean, I think some of his family lived across the river.
That's exactly right.
At one time. That's the reason why they said they thought he was born here. And then I think maybe some of his kinfolk was like the sheriff of Meshack or something. And, they just a lot of history in Monroe County that leads up to, higher ups, and up to the presidency and stuff. So.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln's, I'm really fond of him and like to follow him. I was born on his birthday, February the 12th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what's your plans for retirement? Of course, you're going to work through December of this year, of course.
Yes, sir. I will complete this year. Whatever I want to do. Jackie and I are going to, we always put out a big garden. I love digging in my flowers. I can preserve, freeze, do a lot with my garden. I have children, of course, grandchildren, and now we're great grandparents. And I don't know, we're just going to, whatever we want to do. If the kids need us, we'll help them. Both of my daughter and my daughter-in-law told me I could come clean their house for them now.
Okay. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back with more Monroe Monday. And welcome back to Monroe Monday. We have with us Teresa Sheffield, Teresa Macmillan Sheffield.
I'm proud of that name, Macmillan.
And she's been the clerk for how many years now?
This is I've served in the clerk's office this is my 29th year. I've been clerk now for 25 years.
So you worked beforehand before you actually took over.
5 years I worked in the clerk's office.
And you've, like I said, I've always bragged on you. You always do a tremendous job, a great job.
Thank you.
And it's very like you said, it's very mental, or I've said it's very mental, you know. And of course, May the 17th is voting time again in Monroe County, and that's when you get to pick your next clerk. You know, we have 2 running, you know, and I hope you go out and vote, and vote for the person you think that will continue that, might as well say, legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Thank you. We've done it. Very proud. I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled to say that we do have a good county clerk's office. Numbers don't lie.
Right.
Service. You may not always be happy when you walk out of the clerk's office, but my mission is to help you and do it legal, to make sure that we have what we need, and if we don't, we have to have it. I can't do something that's going to get you in trouble or me in trouble, but if there's a way to get around it, we will. But if there's not, we have to have the document that we need. And a lot of people get frustrated, but when they finally realize, you know, that our mission is to help them, they're usually, and 99% of the time, are grateful. I'll say 100% of the time, before they leave on their last journey or last time to get their license plate in their hand or whatever. I didn't realize it was so difficult. Thank you so much for helping me. Yeah. And you know, that's my mission.
Well, like you said, you know, if you don't know the answer, you get the answer.
That's
you know,
exactly.
you call state, you call another county, you
Mm-hmm.
call your legislature. You know, you say, "Hey, I'm stumped here. What do I do that's going to be correct and professional?" You know,
Well, we have transportation directors. We have so many directors that we talk to. As a matter of fact, we have a president of the Clerks Association that is our liaison, and when we need them, we'll call them and say, "Hey, can you find this out for me? Tell me what you know about it and how we need to handle the situation." And in 2017, I served as president of the County Clerks Association for the state of Kentucky, and that was a very honorable job, and I was proud to serve.
now is there just one? Excuse me. Is there just one clerk in each county?
Yes, sir.
So, and like you was talking about Jefferson County, that's a tremendous job for one person. I mean, I don't know how many they have staff-wise, but I mean, you look at the population.
Yeah.
You know,
That's very true, but I always keep in mind that we all operate in each county clerk's office, no matter how small or how big, under the same regulations
Right.
and laws. It's just on a larger scale. Just more numbers, you know, more money, more numbers, more people. But we all have to follow the same regulations.
I know, and I know every year at fiscal court, you have always give back some, I guess you call it excess funds.
Excess fees.
And where does that come from exactly? Is that from?
Well, when you come into our office, or when taxpayers come into the office and license their vehicles, record a deed, whatever business you have in the office, and we collect a fee. That is, we have reports that we have to do. We have a weekly, we have a quarterly, or we have a weekly, we have a monthly, we have a quarterly, and then we have a yearly, and we have daily, of course. But we have to break those monies down once we receive those monies, and there's taxing districts, and we have to divide that up between our taxing districts. And that's like, well, for example, it's like your extension office, your ambulance, your library, your schools. I'm leaving one out, I think. I can't remember, but anyway, your taxing districts, and then we write them a check every month. Fiscal court, county, also, we write them a check. Enormous checks, especially in March when we collect the highest volume of money for the year. But
then so much money goes to the state.
Yes, and then, to the treasurer, office. We send money there, revenue. But and then at the end of the year, when we have, and this is not just something that we say we'll give this much. There is a standard, a formula by which the law says we must give this portion. So if it's $1,000, then there's a percentage we have to divide and give to them, and then to the state. But what's left, it goes into the clerk's account, and then at the end of this fiscal year, so in March, we will be giving 2021's end of the year excess fees. So it's like when you pay all your bills at home, your checkbook, and at the end of the month, you've got some money left. You're either in the red or you're in the you're negative. Or, I'm sorry, in positive.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, and we've been very, very like I said, I'm humbled to say successful in being able to return lots of money to the fiscal court.
So the next fiscal court meeting, you'll be like giving back money then
Yeah.
for the excess fees.
It's in March the 17th, I do believe. The fiscal court meets the third Thursday of each month.
So that'll be this
normally.
Thursday.
And we'll turn over our excess fees if we're all on schedule. And that's when we give in. And this year, we hope to give close to $150,000, maybe a little less or a little over.
Just having just a few minutes left. Since you're retiring, is there anything you'd like to say to the people of Monroe County? I mean, I'm planning on getting you back before you officially leave the office. But
I'd love to come more often, but I'm always so busy
Right.
and take my job very serious. And I love the people of Monroe County. I truly do. I love all the people of Monroe County. When you come in, if you don't, you may not always be one of my biggest supporters or one of my fans, but I do my very, very best to do what I can to help you, your children, whoever comes in. We do our very best. And I want to give credit to not only myself, but to my staff. I have an excellent staff, and they are actually the backbone of the office. Your bookkeeper, your deputy clerks. It just takes a lot of people all working together, and truly, teamwork makes the dream work if you've got a good team working with you, and I do. That's always been a thing for me. When you come into my office and you're employed by me, I'm going to be checking you, I'm going to be watching your work, and also when somebody comes in that office, I want them to be treated like with the most courtesy, helpful attitude. I want them to feel like they have been mothered or helped, that somebody has really helped me and taught me something, helped me learn or to know. And but yeah, if you don't treat my customers or our customers or the people of Monroe County right, I'm not happy. And when I'm not happy, they'll know I'm not happy.
Mama not happy.
Yeah, Mama ain't happy. Yeah, that's a true story. I have if you want to talk about the voting this time, or do we have time?
I just got a couple of minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, just,
Well, this time election, last time we voted in the presidential election, we only had one precinct open, and that was at the old high school. And the Secretary of State allowed us to have 20 days of early voting. This year, he's only going to allow us to have 3 days of early voting. And then on election day, we'll have May the 17th. The 3 days of early voting will be held at the old Tompkinsville High School. And it'll be open from, we think, they're still undecisive or not made a definite answer, but they think they're going to give us 8 hours for early voting. So we're hoping that that's what happens, and then they'll determine the times, whether it be 7 to 3, 8 to 4, whatever, but that's yet to be announced. And then on election day, we'll all go to the old high school. But early voting, I'm sorry, let me back that up. Early voting will be in 3 locations.
oh, it will be. Now, are you sure?
No.
No.
It's
Early voting will be at the old high school.
Early voting will be at the old high school on May the 12th, 13th, and 14th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Right.
And you'll be able to go there no matter what part of the county you live in if you're a qualified registered voter of Monroe County. And then on election day,
You'll have 3 places you can vote.
we'll have 3 locations. And again, the beauty of it is that anybody can vote at any of these 3 locations if you're a registered, qualifying voter of Monroe County. And that will be at the old Tompkinsville High School. It will be the National Guard Armory, across from the fairgrounds, and then the Gamaliel Fire Hall.
Yeah.
And then again, anybody can go to either one of these precincts and vote. So last time we had 1. This time we're going to have 3. Many counties around us are not. Well, Barron County is much larger than us, but they're only having 4. But it worked like dream work when we had it in the last election.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, because I just assumed they only had 1 myself. I mean, it would take away from a lot of.
Financially, it's a big expense to the county. The county is successful. We're very successful. I think the fiscal courts, they have a lot of funds that they have been able to receive and make available. But as far as you can't just walk in there and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It don't happen.
Right.
I mean, I'm not bigger than the law, and neither are you or anyone else.
All right, we're out of time. I appreciate you coming in, Teresa, and we'll have you back on before your official retirement.
Yeah, well, maybe I can come back again. Maybe I would love to come back next month. We'll talk about March Madness, or registering your vehicles, and
Okay. All right.
everybody get in and get that done.
All right. Hope everyone has a great day and enjoy.
Thank you so much.